Welcome to the R video tutorial on building splines part 2. In order to understand this video, you're going to need to watch the previous one because I'm going to use the same data notation that I did in the previous one, and I've already ran some of the data. I've turned it from a wide format to a long format in the previous video, so you'll want to go and do that. All right, so in order to build a spline, you remember in a previous video, 2 videos back, I'll have a little tab up here at the top that you can grab hold of. Now, from this, you can remember that we need to create this special function that was something like, if it was x minus some number, we would take the positive portion of it. And that's what we were interested in. This k was a not point. And now what we need to do is we need to build a function that does this. So I'm going to call it x naught 1. It's going to be a function, and it needs to take in the value of all of our x values. So I'm going to call that x, and then I'm going to have k1. And I'm going to have it return my result, which I always add in here at the beginning so that I never forget to do that, so I always know what it's returning. All right, so how did this work? Well, it says you calculate the value x minus k. So we can do this pretty easy. I'll call this x2 is equal to x1 minus k1. Simple enough. Okay, in the next one, I need to say, well, if it's negative, I don't want to keep it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use an if-else statement. So res1 will be if-else. And there are other ways to do this. So if you don't like the way I did it, you can do it a different way if you know a different way. So if this is greater than 0, then give me x2. Otherwise, give me 0. And then return this. And we'll see what this does here real quick. So let's run it, make sure it works. Make sure I didn't have any fat finger moments. All right, so that function works. I can apply this function. I'm going to try it with just a bit of the data. So if you remember, we had data 1 hold, and my x variable was in the first column, and I want to just grab like maybe the first, I don't know. We need to go above. Well, let's just do the first 15. And the second argument is my not, and I'll make my not at 5. Okay, so if I do this, this will create a column that has zeros until I get to my 6th position. How is it the 6th? Because 5. The first 5 are going to be 0. Then after that, they're going to start up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Now, this function is going to be really handy when we have to build this spline because it allows us to build, in this case, it's going to be a first-order spline. So it will allow us to add extra columns into our regression matrix or create extra variables that we could dump into an LM function. But right now we're going to need this in order to build those. All right, so we'll do that in the next video, but this is key function that we're going to need, and we'll actually come back and change this later in another video. So see you there.